Disclaimer: all the character incidents are fictional, everything is imaginary in this episode won't compare with your life, it's just based on imagination, not on reality, guys. You were sitting at the far end of the library. The place was silent, almost too silent. Suddenly, you felt that someone's eyes fixed on you. Your pen stopped moving. What? You glanced around, but no one seemed there. Still, the strange feeling didn't leave. You got up slowly, scanning the area of books. Just as you stepped forward, a few books tumbled from the shelf onto the floor, making you flinch. Who is there? Your voice shaking. In the empty library, you walk slowly, your heart quickened. After a few seconds of silence, you spotted someone. Your eyes widened. Jungkook. He was laying on the floor, headed restlessly against the bottom shelf. He is your bully, and he was fallen asleep there. You whispered to yourself, "Oh, it was just the window open." You sighed in relief and turned to leave. The last thing you didn't wanted was from him to waking him up and making your life miserable again. And before you could take a step, you frozen. He shifted, his eyes open slowly and squinting against the light. Panicked, you quickly hid behind the shelf, picking carefully, but his gaze moved around lazily until it stopped right where you were. Were you watching me while I was sleeping? Your eyes widened. You almost stumbled out from your hidden spot. What? No! Before you could escape, he stood up and suddenly stopped you in the front of him. In one quick move, he pinned you lightly against the bookshelf, his hand resting above yours. Then why you were staring at me like that, huh? I was not. Don't make things up. He leaned closer, eyes locked on yours. His voice was low and mocking. You always act like that. You can't stand me. But your eyes tell a different story. Tell me, do you like looking at me that much? You are delusional. Move. He chuckled softly. Don't get shy now. Next time you admit it instead of spying on me like a creep. You pushed against his chest angrily. Your cheeks heated up. You're impossible. And as you off, your heart was racing. But you hated the fact that his teasing smile lingered in your mind. Few minutes later, your heart was still unsettled from the library incident the way Jungkook had cornered you. His mirk, his word, it replaying in your head, no matter how hard you tried to shake it off. What's wrong with him in these days? First in the library, now he's driving me crazy. You enter in your classroom, relieved from the moment you drop into your casual seat, trying to focus on your note, calm your racing thoughts. But your lift didn't last. A shadow fell, crossing the room. You looked up to see him walking in. Jungkook, of course, he had been in this class too. His eyes instantly founded yours, and the corner of his lips curled up into a smile. Just my luck. Can't I sit somewhere else? The professor started the lecture, but you couldn't pay attention. You could feel his eyes on you, sometimes on the back of your head, and sometimes shifted as if he was daring you to turn around and notice him. Trying to ignore him, you leaned forward, busying yourself into your notes. Then one of your classmates, your friend, slid you a small piece of paper with a silly doodle on it. You laughed softly, covering your mouth so the professor couldn't notice it, but behind you the air shifted. Jungkook, pencil began tapping on the desk harder, and its scent shivered down your spine. You didn't even dare to turn around. When the class finally ended, you packed your things quickly to escape before he decided to bother you again. But just as you reached the doorway, a strong hand closed around your wrist and yanked you back. Hey, let go. And before you knew, he had backed you against the wall. His dark frame towered over you, his hand resting on the wall against your head, caging you in. Jungkook's eyes narrowed, his voice slow but sharp. You love like that with every guy or just him? What are you even talking about? That's none of your business. It is my business. When? Since when? Jungkook leaned closer, his tone dripping with mocking, his eyes burning with something else. Since I don't like the idea of anyone else making you smile, you're my to annoy, my to make laugh, not anyone else. I'm not yours. Don't say things like that. You hate me, remember? But instead of stepping back, he leaned closer, his lips dangerously close to your ear. Hate you? Is that what you really think? Or are you just pretending not to notice that I can stand seeing you with anyone else? What's wrong with you in these days? You are not acting like you hate me. You are acting different, possessive. Zongo pulled back, smirking again as if he covered up the seriousness of what he just admitted. Think whatever you want. Just remember, don't let anyone else touch you. Don't let anyone else smile at you like that. Because if they do, they'll regret it. And with that, he finally released your wrist and walked away, his hand in his pockets as if nothing happened. You stayed frozen against the wall. What is going on with him in these days? What's at the library now? This is he's my enemy or he's becoming something else? The sky had turned dark by the time your last class ended. You walked out of the building. You shook your head, dripping your bag tighter. Just as reaching the gate, the first drop of the rain splattered onto the ground. Seriously perfect. You didn't have an umbrella hugging your books on your chest. You tapped whether to run for it or wait under the shed. You looked up. Jungkook. He was holding an umbrella, standing so close that rain bounced off the inches away from your shoulder. Figure you're too dumb to even check the weather. I don't ask for your help. Go back and bother someone else. Why would I? Watching you shivering in rain is entertaining. And still he didn't leave. In fact, he shifted the umbrella so it covered you completely while half of him was getting wet. You frowned in confusion. Why are you doing this? Maybe I don't like seeing my favorite target catch a cold. Who else would I mess if you got sick? You rolled your eyes, but your chest felt strangely warm. The two of you began walking side by side. The sound of the rain surrounded you, yet noticed how close you he kept you tucking under the umbrella. Why does it feel like he's protecting me? He's supposed to hate me, but he's being so. Yustola glanced at him. His hair was damp from the rain and falling into his eyes, but he didn't seem to care. For the first time, he didn't look like an arrogant bully. He looked almost gentle. What, falling for me already? In your dreams? But as he chuckled, his deep voice making the rain, you felt something shifted in your chest. What is happening to me? Why am I feeling this way about him? The rain hadn't stopped, but you were too busy stealing secret glance at Jungkook to notice. He walked beside you holding an umbrella over your head. On the half of his shoulder was drenched. You can stop here. Your house is on the other way. Shut up and keep walking. You sighed and already telling him 3 times. This time he chuckled softly at his stubbornness. He frozen, turning his head slowly, and his eyes widening. Did you just smile at me? So, what if I did? You never smiled at me before. You quickly looked away, pretending to know to hear. Soon you reach your house. Aren't you going to ask me to come inside? It's still raining, you know. Before you could answer, a loud voice thundered from inside. Vian, please go. My dad is coming. Just go. Jungkook frowned in confusion, and before he could reply, the door burst open. Your father grabbed your wrist roughly. Where is your pay? You think you can come home without an empty hands? I told you, didn't I? I haven't. Whole day. His hand stuck on your cheeks. You gasped, tears instantly falling in your eyes. Dad, please stop. Before he could raise his hand again, Jungkook's voice cutting through like a knife. Don't you dare. He stepped inside. Who the hell are you? This is my house. Please don't. You're making it worse. Jungkook glanced down at you, his expression softening for a second, and before snapping back to your father, I don't care if it's his house or the whole damn world. He lays a hand on you again, he'll regret it. Then get out. Take her with you. I don't need a useless daughter, anyways. Dad, please don't say that. And before your father slammed the door shut, looking you out in the rain, you broke, covering your face with your hands. Why does it always have to be me? Jungkook's fists were still clenched, but slowly he lowered them. He stepped closer, gently pulling your hands away from your face. His voice was not mocking this time. Listen to me, Ryan. You're not useless, and I'm not letting anyone hurt you, not even him. He grabbed your hand and pulled you up. Let's go. Where are we going? I don't want it to bother you. He glanced at you. Just trust me. You followed him quietly. He led you to his small and modern apartment. The place smelled faintly of coffee and wood. It was not messy, but it didn't feel he lived in either. You live here? Not really. I don't stay here much. Just brought it to get away sometime, but you can stay here. You blinked in surprise. Why are you doing this? He walked past you, brushing his fingers through his damp hairs before answering. Don't ask too many questions. Just stay here. I'll take the couch. Wait, you're giving me your room? Yeah, so what? Don't overthink. I'm not that heartless, Ryan. For a second, you just stared at him, the same guy who used to bully you in your hallways, who was now struggling there, dripping wet, offering you his home. You looked down and whispered, Thank you. Don't say stuff like that. Just go and rest before I change my mind. You chuckled softly under your breath and shaking your head when for the first time you saw him as more than your enemy. There was something else, something warmer. It had been weeks since that night. You hadn't told anyone about what happened, not even your close friend. Jungkook hadn't either, strangely. He also hadn't bullied you since then. But he still teased you in your class, still shoot you those sharp glares, but there was something different in them now, something you couldn't name. At lunch, you were sitting with your tray and laughing with your friend. One of the boy from your class came to sit beside you. He leaned closer and whispered a joke that made you laugh, and for the first time in days. But you didn't notice the storm brewing just a few tables away. Jungkook was watching, his jaw tightened, his fist clenched around his drink. His friend was saying something to him, but he didn't hear a word. The moment he leaned a little closer, Jungkook stood up and walked straight towards your table. Find another seat. That one is taken. Jungkook, what the hell? But before you could finish, Jungkook grabbed your wrist and pulled you up. You struggled, but his grip was firm. He finally let it go, but not enough to let you escape. Are you crazy? You embarrassed me in the front of everyone. He stepped closer. Do you enjoy laughing with them? Letting him leaning closer like that? You think I can stand watching it? You frozen, your heartbeat was racing. What does it even matter to you? You hate me, remember? There was a long silence. Jungkook stared at you. That's the problem, Ryan. I tried to hate you. I thought I did. But every time someone else look at you, every time someone else try to touch you, I can stand it. Your lips parted in shock. I have been watching you all the time, damn it. I like you. No, I love you. I'm possessive because I can't let anyone else have you. You're mine. Then why you bully me? Because I was an idiot. It was the only way I knew to keep you close, even if it's mean you hating me. You let out a shaky laugh, wiping your tears for the first time you saw him not as your enemy, not as the boy who made your life miserable, but as the one who had been protecting you all along. Then don't be my enemy anymore. Never again. From now you're mine, only mine. And this time you didn't fight with him, you just smiled. So everyone, she's my girlfriend. The entire cafeteria gasped. A couple of his friends nearly choked on their food. Your eyes widened. Wait, what, Jungkook? He tilted his head. What? Do you want me to keep it a secret? Too bad. Everyone knew you are mine. He rolled your eyes dramatically, crossing your arms. Girlfriend, I'll think about it. Think about it, Ryan. I just confessed my undenying love. What's there to think about? Maybe I like seeing you. Confession for once again, he groaned, running his hand through his hair. Then he pulled you into his side away. Anyway, fine. Think all you want, but remember, you're already mine.